Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're gonna go over the newest collab in the world of Monster Strike. It is Tensura. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, or Tensei shitara slime datta ken. Going forward, I'll just call it Tensura to be nice and concise. Um, Felt not 100% this last few days, so just took a little break. And I know this is like day 3, day 4 in, so I apologize for that. But without further ado, let's get going and see what is up with the collab. Of course, we have the gacha available. We saw this in the Monpa 10th uh, event. We've got Veldora, Tempest, Milim, and Diablo as our 6 stars. We also have Soka and Ranga as our 5 stars. As you can see, the rate ups are active right now. So if there's one that you specifically want, you can wait for that. One of those 3 characters. Do note that the Volume 1 monsters do not have any rate ups. Now let's take a look at the 6-star monsters. First with Diablo, he has an 8.5 rating on GameWith right now. It's a special attack that is guaranteed to hit the boss with percentage damage, and you can see the stats here. Let's bring him up on screen as well. 19 plus 4, that's an interesting turn count. You can see the self buff, 33% boost with a 4x speed on the first gear. Second gear, it's a 44% with 5x speed. The percentage damage is 24% of the max health with a guaranteed minimum of 2.4 million. For the second gear, that goes up all the way to 32% and a minimum of 3.2 million. Do note that if there is no boss, right? This is guaranteed to hit the boss, but if there's no boss, or if I think you get collateral damage, maybe that it does 80% the normal damage against non-boss enemies. And the delay is the same whether or not you wait one first gear or the second gear. That is an 80%. Notable stages where you can see Diablo shine is Koloro in which is a Gozetsu difficulty quest, or Gardens 10. Now we have Veldora Tempest here. He has the highest rating on GameWith with a 9.0. Speed power up, special attack that guarantees to hit the boss after done moving. The damage is considered to be direct damage, which could make a big difference on certain stages. However, it is still unknown how the rates work. It seems to be just random. As of this moment, people have not figured out the formula on how Veldora Tempest works quite yet, which is interesting. Because Potato has not posted anything about Veldora Tempest, I don't know his speed buff, but his attack buff is 1.5 and 1.8 respectively. And you can see the follow-up attack first is the direct damage hits. So you got anywhere from 56% to 79% of your attack stat 13 times, followed by a final hit, which is about 6x your attack stat. And then your second gear, you got almost basically your even to your attack stat 13 times. And then the final hit is anywhere from about 9 times to 10 times your attack stat. Again, the mechanism of which this is determined seems to be random right now. If anybody finds a rhyme or reason, we'll find out then. But for now, it's still shrouded in mystery, which is quite rare. So it must be something like random. Like there was that one character that had like 3 different traits. I have no idea how somebody was able to mine that out, but there you go. But probably why Veldora Tempest has a higher rating is that he is very well equipped for Agitator, a Reizetsu quest, and any monster that can shine in those high difficulty quests tend to get higher ratings on GameWith. Do note that the GameWith rating is biased towards end level content rather than just overall being good. And then we have Milim here, speed power special attack after done moving. She will fire a beam towards the first hit enemy that does percentage damage. The first gear does 66% boost to her attack stat with 6x speed. Second gear goes all the way up to 2 times with 9x speed. The percentage... Oop, man, I forgot. I always forget to do this while I show it on screen. For the percentage damage, it's max HP 1.8% and does that 10 hits for a guaranteed minimum of 1.8 million. Second gear, it goes up to 2.7% times 10, which also guarantees 2.7 million. So, right, that's 18% and 27% essentially. Again, same restriction here. If it's against non-boss enemies, it will do about 80% normal damage. And of course, Milim will be great for Pegwheel, a Reizetsu quest as well. And for our 4 or 5-star monsters, we have Sokan Ranka. They are rated at 7.5 and 8.0 respectively. Now, of course, this is volume 2, so we do have volume 1 again, and that is accessible here. You can pull at any time. Benimaru, Rimuru, Tempest, and Shion are available here. There are no rate ups for volume 1 gacha, so please be careful about that. But let's take a look at those buffs here. So first we got Benimaru, powers up friendlies, grand command, defense down to hit enemies. You can see all the stats there. He has an 8.0 rating on GameWith right now. The self buff and the grand command don't give any attack buffs, but the friendly buff does apply. It is 25% boost for the first gear and a 30% boost on the second gear. Do note that every monster on your team will get one action with that attack boost, and then Benimaru himself will be able to take that action and then the second action afterwards to take that benefit. The speed boost, not really there for the first gear, but the second gear does go up to 4x. And then the defense down is 33% more damage than usual for 6 counts and 42% for the second gear. For Benimaru, and I forgot to write his name, I apologize. He is not just generic fire monster. I guess I can fix that while we're here, right? Benimaru. There we go. Apologies for that. But he is going to be good for Kakagose Deku. I cannot even looking at this here, I still don't even know if that's written right. It's such a weird name. But he is a Gozetsu. He's good for that Gozetsu quest. Next up, we got Shion here. Special attack that reveals weak points, increases weak point effectiveness, and does attack defense down to the first hit enemy. The debuffs activate immediately when she does her follow-up attack. So when that starts, the debuffs come into play. And so the first gear self buff is a 40% boost with 8x speed. Second gear it's 80% with 10x speed. The follow-up attack in the first gear is 80%. Her attack stat 3 times. Second gear is 140% boosted with 3 hits. And the debuffs there, you got the reveal weak point. Both is 2 turns. Weak point effectiveness is 1.18x either side. Defense down increases from 10% boost on the first gear to 20% on the second. And then on the attack down, it will do 75% as much damage as usual for 2 actions on the first gear. Second gear, it goes up to 50% reduction to for 3 actions. And where Shion will be able to shine, that will be the Shinen light at the depths in the abyss. So if you need some help there, she will be somebody that could help. She also has an 8.0 rating right now. And last but not least, and I forgot to write her name here too. Wow. Okay. That shows how much I was out of it. Rimuru Tempest. There we go. Now, Rimuru Tempest here does have a 9.0 rating. Do note that, right, she is exchanging some abilities for another one, so it's probably good to have 2 forms like I was saying earlier. The strike shot is no change from the previous form. This is exactly the same. I think the previous 2 did have significant updates, but Rimuru here, he's already strong as he is right now, so there's no changes here. It's a combination of remaining HP percentage with max HP percentage, followed by indirect damage with a high multiplier on his attack buff. The self buff itself is also really strong, so it's not a surprise how good Rimuru is here. Notable stages that this form will be good at will be Gardens 8 and Abupisha. That Reizetsu quest will be good for him as well. Now, of course, since we are in a club, there is a paid pack. We've got Luminous available for 1,000 yen. 8.5 rating is pretty high, so if you are interested in getting her, she is somebody that you might want to look into. Even if you usually pass, this might be good. She also has the same trait where she does remaining HP damage, max HP percentage damage, followed by, well, I guess it's just a guaranteed minimum after that. Do note that the that's not a typo. It appears that Luminous is a little bit special. She will do 90% against non-boss enemies. Notable stages: Shinen Dark and the Zere. That's the the one where you have to pay tickets for with orbs. If you're having trouble with that quest, Luminous might be helpful for that. That's where I don't even remember what that kanji how you read it. It's been that long, and I just really don't care about that quest either. So Uh, Such is life. But Luminous, not too bad, 8.5 rating. But as usual, it's not a must-have. Probably a very nice to have. I think 8.5 is on the level of I, right? From Oshinoko. So uh, I think she got an 8.5. So think about that. And if you missed Shuna the first time, 6.5 rating, not very alluring at all. But if you like the anime, it's worth grabbing just for memento's sake, right? It is 1,000 yen, so up to you to figure that out. Event quests. They are available right now, and look, I guess, yeah, look, Adaman is up right now. But the Fire Water are your 4 5-star quests. The Wood quest is your direct drop quest. No max luck needed. 7 drops each day. Higher chance of getting 3 drops if you play co-op. And yeah, I mean, I'm at 29, so I'm almost maxing out my results there. And if you want to play the Sare and Adelman, you will have to wait for them to show up on the schedule. Adelman is right now, so well, I probably still won't play today. I Yeah, I think I've only played the co-op quest just so I don't fall behind on that. Chokyu Kyoku. We have Hinata as our Chokyu Kyoku quest. This is a farmable type, so all monsters get plus 99 luck. No max lucks needed. Bring your OPs and farm away. We'll see what will come up in the next day or so when news drops, and we'll probably get another one. There is also a Guardian Beast quest with this collab, and if you have not met your right, there's a mission with the radar quest, right, to make sure you can clear the newest ones. This will be available for you too. 2 difficulties as usual, 200 shards per difficulty, 500 shards needed to max level. Sorry, I think I mix up fragments and shards, but that's consistency for you. You'll need 100 from somewhere else. Maybe they'll give it in a later mission or something like that. They do that sometimes with collabs, so keep your eyes out for that. Of course, why you want to do collab stuff is you get 2x drops compared to normal rates, and Fueru biscuits are usual. But most importantly, you can see in this here, skills are usable for this area, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But that is going to be huge to finish these off much faster, because I always find these quests a slog. So to finish these faster is very, very important. Now, the newest monster that you will be able to take on by clearing this quest is, well, I wouldn't say monster, right? But Raphael will be your get here. This one will reduce strike shot turns anywhere from 4 to 8 if you max it out to level 10. The requirements here is to kill 3 enemies in a single turn twice. It might be prohibitively impossible to do this. Prohibitively impossible. Some stages might be really difficult for this clear condition, but use this with the Great Sage and you can figure out which one is easier if reducing strike shot turns is what you want. Now, there are missions available for this collab. As usually, it wouldn't be a collab without some missions. You can go into here, and I'm going to turn down the music a little bit just in case. But you can see that there are 3 areas available for you to play some missions in. Completing any mission will earn you skill points, and these can be completed in any order. It is up to you how you want to do it. You can use these skill points to unlock skills, and those skills can be used on collab quests. Completing an entire area allows you to evolve skills, which allows you to use skills for a longer time and have a faster cooldown time so that you can use it again. Now, once you are ready to get some skills, you can click that skill button. Let me do that again in case I did that really quick. Over here on the top, you can see skill next to the treasure chest, and you'll come to this screen. Now, like I said, you must use skill points to unlock these skills, right? And so it's up to you which one you want to do. Now there are 5 skills available, and then it's up to you to unlock them. Also, here is this thing, and I think the next screen has here. Yeah, in addition to skills, if you want to be able to use multiple skills at the same time, you need to level up this ability here. And this one just allows you to do multiple skills at the same time. You start out with only level 1, which means you can only use 1 at a time. You can see here I've leveled up to 2, so I can use 2 skills at a time. Each time you want to level that up, it'll cost 1 skill point there. Everything else, level 1, the original level to unlock is 1 point, to evolve is 2. Now let's go back to the previous screen. When you complete an area, I said you can evolve a skill, and that's what this yellow item is here, right? Now, obviously, I have been a bit lazy and preoccupied, so I haven't been able to do all the missions yet, so you can see it's grayed out. But that yellow button is indicating that's how you can evolve a skill to its unique skill level. So don't if you have any questions about that, let me know. But everything about this process is hopefully clear now. Now, when do you want to use a skill, right? Well, you can do it in one of three ways. One is when you're on this main event skill screen, right? Main event select screen. You can choose it here, right? And say, I want to use these two, and I want to hit the green button to activate. I'm not going to do it right now since I'm not going to play. If you want to go back to the unlock screen, that button there on the bottom left in blue will do that for you. And then you can go back here, right? The other way you can do that is, of course, from this screen itself. You can go to the top icon button and then also activate it this way. And then the last way is, of course, when you're about to play a quest, it will come out when you are forming your team, and you can select it that way. Like, let's pretend we're going to start at Edelman, single, and let's just pick right. The icon will be here on the top right, and then you can also activate your skills that way. So that's 3 ways to activate your skills. Now, if you did not copy the missions or needed another refresher, here they are again. I can turn up the music again. But if you are needing these translated, make sure you take a screenshot here, or you can join us on the Discord channel, or go on Twitter/X. All of the missions are posted there. And so you can see the skill points, you can see the skills that get unlocked by clearing all those missions, and hopefully they are straightforward and they don't look too bad, to be honest. So good luck with that. Now, the collab skills here, I actually translated the active and the cooldown parts, so I'm not going to go over this again, but those are your 5 skills that you can have. Obviously, I think the blue one and the orange one is probably, maybe the yellow one is also good, right? Those are your main ones that you're probably going to play with. Having this strike shots ready, guide always on, I guess that's okay. Maybe it'll be more important on the insidious stages, the harder ones going on. And of course, there'll almost certainly be a mission that says clear these without using a skill active. So we'll see how that goes. And here are the mission rewards if you need a refresher on what they are. Yeah, just remember you get 10 copies of I already forgot her name. I'm sorry. That's just how I always forget everybody's name. Let's pull her up here. Autobeast will be your mission reward monster. You get 120 copies of her by clearing all the missions. I guess you already have one in your box, so don't miss out on that. Got the login rewards. It's already day 2 has passed. Day 4 might have passed by the time this video is up. So you've got your Tokudamas ready to go. And of course, those monsters will be max luck, the mission monster, as well as any of the paid pack monsters. So, and that is Tensura Collab Volume 2. I will have the gacha video coming up next tomorrow, so if you are looking forward to that, please make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and like the video if you would so please. ENJMonster on Twitter/X has all of these slides, well, not these slides, but news slides available, and news is right around the corner, so don't miss out on that. And of course, the Discord channel, link to the server is in the description below. That's it for me today. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye bye.